Sports Entertainment is recorded live at twitch.tv/baldyandthebeast. Join us every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time and watch the matches right along with us.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Bront.
I'm Willem.
And we have migrated over to Peacock to watch some quality wrestling.
Yeah.
Willem, what quality wrestling are we watching today?
Today we are watching the NXT North American title ladder match from NXT Takeover New Orleans.
Boom. I'm actually really excited for this because this show is awesome.
I know, this show is awesome. This match is awesome. I remember distinctly this match being not that they ever capitalized on it, but this was, for me, a star-making performance for Killian Dain.
Yeah.
Even though, they never did anything with it and they never made a star out of him, this definitely was that for me.
Yeah.
And Elijah's in the chat, and he's Elijah.
Hi, Elijah. I didn't bring it up, so what'd he say?
He just said, and I'm Elijah.
Oh. Oh, right. Well,
sorry if we're a little low energy at the start on this one. We try and we're a little late starting the show because freaking WWE decided that they were going to, on the fly, today or yesterday or whenever, switch everything over to Peacock. We knew they were going to do it. We knew it was going to happen. But
it was going to be closer to Mania.
We thought it was going to be closer to Mania. They did it today or yesterday or something. And not everything is up. Including this show. Luckily for us, this match is up on WWE's YouTube channel. So if you want to watch this along with us, you don't even need a network subscription. You don't need to be a paying subscriber to the WWE Network or Peacock. You can watch this for free right now on YouTube if you want to. Hell, I can link this in the chat if I want, because you know what? There, it's in the chat. It's a free YouTube video. It's not copyrighted. Have at it.
You can tell Will's kind of salty that we had to do a funky way to watch the show.
I know.
But let's get into it, or else this recording will be 4 hours long.
Yep.
So like he said, it was the first ever North American title match. It happened on April 7th of 2018 in New Orleans, Louisiana. I would hope it's Takeover New Orleans. In front of 13,955 people. You can tell Triple H is in charge here, because if not, Vince definitely would have just said 14,000. So there's really not a lot of story behind this. It's kind of just William Regal says stuff.
Yeah.
But on the March 28th, NXT General Manager William Regal announced the formation of the title, the North American title. He was then interrupted by EC3 making his WWE return, and he ended up being one of the men in the match, because obviously. So after Regal announced that EC3 would be in the match, he also announced the other 5 men, who I will go down when I run down the card. Right meow.
Right meow.
So they had 2, we're going to call them dark matches, but they were just taped for a future NXT. So the first dark match was Kairi Sane defeating Lacey Evans. Probably not a bad match.
Well, and we say probably not a bad match, but this was very early days for Lacey Evans, and I feel like she wasn't very polished until a little bit later on. But either way, probably not a terrible match.
Yeah. And that's followed by Heavy Machinery defeating, versus, it ended in no contest, Riddick Moss and Tino Sabatelli. And then we opened up the show proper with this match. We had Adam Cole, EC3, Killian Dain, Lars Sullivan, Ricochet, and the Velveteen Dream. What a ladder match lineup.
Oh my god, yeah.
You got a little bit of everything.
Yep. It's a little bit of a shame about 2/5 of this match.
Ooh, I bet I can guess which 2/5.
Yeah, I know, right?
Anyways, this was followed by Shayna Baszler defeating Ember Moon, where arguably Ember Moon probably should have
Yeah, probably.
Next up we have the Triple Threat tag team match. It was for both the NXT tag team titles and the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Trophy. And this pitted the Undisputed Era, the Authors of Pain, and Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong, with the Undisputed Era going over.
Wasn't this where Roddy turned on Pete Dunne to go join the Undisputed Era.
Probably because Adam Cole's working double duty.
Yep.
Next up, we have Aleister Black defeating Andrade. Newly released Andre the Cien Almas.
Wow.
Congratulations to La Sombra. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah,
Go have fun, buddy. According to Papa Davey or Uncle Davey Meltzer, there's no
Uncle Davey Boy Smith Meltzer.
Uncle Davey Boy Smith Meltzer. There is no
I want to
what's
see
the word I'm looking for?
No non-compete.
There's no compete according to Uncle Dave. So
I want to see somebody fucking do a fan art that combines Dave Meltzer and British Bulldog. the British Meltzer.
I'll tell you what, if I was in charge of stuff, you would see Andrade tomorrow doing something on AEW. If I was and that's never gonna happen. That's not Tony's style. He could have signed FTR right away too, and he didn't. But if it was up to me, nobody's been talking about Andrade more in years than they are right now. Let's just put him on TV. Have him do anything. Have him squash Marco Stunt. I don't care. I really don't. Have him squash the Big Show. Don't care. Literally anything. He's great, and he deserves all the good things.
I just like you have Andrade come out and squash somebody, and he just walks out and he just like squashes it like a roach. And it's like, that's it. Andrade's on TV.
That's exactly what I would do.
And the other fun thing is that Andrade, so he has the rights to that name because that's his shoot name.
Yep.
So, like, even though he could be La Sombra or he could be whatever he wants to be, because he could be any of his other names because none of that other stuff is trademarked, he could also be Andrade because that's his shoot name and they don't have trademarks over that. Because that's a more well-known name.
I don't know. If I was him, I would almost go back to La Sombra just to get away from Andrade.
Honestly, at this point, I feel like wrestling under his own name is like slightly... I don't want to say tainted, but like, yeah. Anyway, that is way far down the rabbit hole on this one. Although that was the main event of the show.
No, it was not the main event of the show.
Oh, that was not the main event of the show.
The main event of the show was an unsanctioned match.
Oh, yeah.
Pitting Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. And if Gargano wins, he gets reinstated to NXT. This match went 37 minutes and 6 seconds. Almost guarantee you'll see it on the show at some point in time.
You'll see it on the show at some point in time if we can find it on Peacock, because, you know, we couldn't find this show or YouTube. There you go.
But we have hot dogged and grandstanded enough. Let's go ahead and get into that match.
Yep.
We are starting at 0 minutes and 0 seconds on YouTube.
Yeah, because we can't find this anywhere because it's... Luckily, WWE's got it for free on their YouTube channel, like we said before. If you would like, I can go ahead and link it in the chat because it is a free YouTube video, and that is legal for me to do. It is no longer on the network, and it is not on Peacock, so you don't need a subscription anywhere to watch it. So, we're going to go ahead and start this match in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, click. Oh, and Adam Cole climbing up as fast as I've ever seen anybody climb up a wrestling ladder.
At the end of a match, too.
At the end of a match, pulling down that title belt. And there we have our winner and the first ever NXT North American champion, Adam Cole, baby.
What I just thought about that's amazing Shawn Michaels never did when he was kind of a shithead.
Huh.
Just, like, be in a spot where the other guy is down and he's supposed to be doing something in the ring during a ladder match, and just book it up the fucking ladder, grab the title, and run out. I'm amazed young Shawn Michaels never thought of that.
Well, I mean, that was kind of the opposite thing happened in one of the Shawn Razor matches where, like, he couldn't get the belt and Razor was just on the ground and he was just like, that shit's all on you, brother. Like, I'm down. Like, this is the finish. You got to deal with that shit yourself.
Oh, like man. That first ladder match they had where they only had one ladder.
Yeah.
Un
ladder.
They got lucky. They got so lucky that didn't break.
Un escalera. Oh, man. So, what are you giving this match?
70 bajillion stars.
No, but for real though.
5 stars. Obviously, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, not to be a dick, but Dave Meltzer does have a slight bias.
Yeah.
Against the dub, and he still gave it 5 stars, which that should tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah,
fantastic.
This was a fantastic match. It had just about everything you could think of in it. There was a lot of carnage in it. There was a lot of like great big high spots in it. A lot of there was everything you could ask for in this match. A lot of character moments. This was one of those matches that, again, it's a half an hour match. It does not feel like it goes half an hour. Mm-hmm. The big problems that I have with this match have nothing to do with the match itself. It has everything to do with the fact that WWE moved to fucking Peacock, and we have to watch this match on YouTube. And anytime there's anything that's remotely violent in the slightest, they like lag the video out, and it censors that shit, and that's not cool. So
yeah, that was kind of dumb.
Yeah, so 5 stars for me as well. Yeah. Anything else we want to talk about with that match? Anything else you want to talk about tonight?
How much time we got?
We are at about 45 minutes, so we got a little bit of time to kill.
You don't want to rebook it? I have my 6 wrestlers. Do you have your 6 wrestlers?
No.
I'm kidding.
Besides, that match was like 3 years old. Almost everybody in that is still active.
Let's rebook it anyways. Who gives a shit?
Okay.
I'm kidding. I'm googling. I'm buying time while I go to the Fastlane card.
Okay. Let me see. Let's find 6 random wrestlers. Let's find a grab bag. 6.
Do I get to have an influence?
Hold on. I pick 3. You pick 3.
I want Hiromu.
Let's see. Big men. Who can replace Killian Dain? Let's put Killian Dain back in this match.
Yep. I agree.
Who can replace Lars Sullivan? Because Lars Sullivan is a gigantic piece of human garbage.
Brian Cage.
Brian Cage is a good option. Who can? Let's keep Ricochet in the match because we need to see Ricochet doing Ricochet things.
Yep.
Who can replace Dream, because Dream is an alleged piece of human garbage.
Slick Billy with the big willy. Also an alleged not very good person, but
no, let's not do Slick Billy with the big willy on that one, because we want to do somebody who's also like big and can do some like flashy, more powerful move stuff. We don't want to do like another flippy guy since we already got Ricochet in the match.
Ricky Starks. Now we're getting too Team Taz heavy.
Yeah, we're getting too Team Taz heavy.
Nick Aldis.
There we go.
That's what you didn't think you were gonna hear.
There you go. So let's keep Adam Cole in the match because Adam Cole's the fucking best. So the match is still Adam Cole and Ricochet and
Killian Dain. It's half the same.
Ricochet and Adam Cole and Killian Dain and Brian Cage and Nick Aldis and Hiromu. There we go. There's our rebooking of the match.
That would actually be a pretty banger of a match.
That'd be pretty good.
Hiromu would try to kill himself probably twice.
Right. Like it's basically just like it's a lot of this similar guys like with similar working styles, and then Hiromu just kind of thrown the fuck in there.
Because I love him.
Like everybody else is like seemingly worked with each other and they know each other's styles, and then Hiromu.
But Hiromu is fantastic.
I know, he's great. I love him.
So good. I wish he would maybe be a little safer in the ring and not be out on injuries so much, but that's just, I don't feel like that's the kind of person he is. I don't feel like that's the kind of wrestling style he wants to wrestle. So
right, I kind of feel like Hiromu is going to be his own person in this.
Yeah, I just think that that's just the way he's going to wrestle, and he understands the dangers, and he's okay with it because he's been out a couple times now, and it's not stopped him when he's come back.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's just quickly run over Fastlane. What we liked, what we didn't. I'll run down the card. We'll say a couple words.
Let's run over Fastlane like the roadkill that it was.
Riddle and Ali were on the pre-show, and Retribution broke up after the match. After Ali lost, I think that's all that needs to be said.
Hey, no, that's not all that needs to be said. That match was actually fairly decent. Like that was.
Oh, I was just trying to quickly run down the card. I wasn't trying to say it wasn't a good or bad match.
Like, go ahead and run down the card, but I'm going to point out that was actually a match worth watching. Continue.
Next up, we had Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler defeating Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks. When Belair and Banks could have won, but they had some teammate issues. Makes sense, but I don't know. Wasn't where I thought they were going with it.
Yeah.
Next up, we have horseshit finish. I've not heard that this was a botch.
Yeah.
But, oh my god, it almost had to have been. Big E defeated Apollo Crews in a weird way.
Yeah, that was one of the dumbest finishes I've ever seen. Like,
Apollo really should have gone over there. Like, he has got a new character. Like, Apollo should have gone over, for sure.
It could have gone so much fucking better. And then Apollo just beat the piss out of Big E at the end of the match anyways. Apollo just should have fucking won.
Yep.
Because at the end of the match, he's just like, this is your champion. Like, you should have just beat him. Why not?
Because you got to extend it to WrestleMania. Duh.
No. Incorrect.
I agree with you entirely. Next up, we have Braun Strowman defeating Elias. Don't really have anything to say about that. Seth Rollins defeated Shinsuke. That was a good match.
That was a pretty good match.
Followed up by what might be my favorite match on the night: Drew McIntyre and Sheamus spending 20 minutes beating the hell out of each other.
They beat the hell out of each other, but at the end of the match, Sheamus should have fucking won. Sheamus absolutely beat more hell out of Drew than Drew did out of Sheamus.
For the match, yeah, but I would say for the storyline, Drew was the right winner.
Well, yeah, yes. Like, in terms of storyline, in terms of who needs to win in order to go on to Mania, yes, Drew should have won. But if that's the case, then Drew should have beaten the hell out of Sheamus a little bit more.
I really think this might have been a swerve, but if you had, like, Bobby come down and help Sheamus to screw Drew over, and then you do, like, a 3-week storyline where they're teasing, are we going to let Sheamus join the Hurt Business? Are we not? To, like, have an extra person to help beat up Drew for 3 weeks, and then on the go-home show, they just beat up Sheamus too.
I had an idea just now where they could have done, like, Sheamus wins the match, and that gives him a claim to the WWE title match at Mania, and they make it a triple threat match between Bobby, Drew, and Sheamus at the Mania. That's what I was gonna say, because they already seemingly booked a triple threat match between Edge, Bryan, and Roman at Mania.
Yeah.
Did they officially announce that, or is that still just like speculation at this point?
I think that's still speculation, but I think if you watch the show and you don't think that match is going to happen right now, then I think you watched a different show than I did.
Yeah. Which, again, that was 100% called by our good friend Walter in the chat.
Yeah.
Like, I'm about 90% sure that dude's an insider at this point.
I think he works for Vince. He doesn't even share any of his money.
Yeah, I know, right? Doesn't share any of his money, doesn't share any of his, like, ways to make our show just a little bit bigger. So we can do this.
All these big stars on the show because he works for the dub. We could have Vince by now.
Right. A way that we can do this instead of having to work regular people jobs. Thanks, Walter.
Could you imagine Vince coming on this show?
Our first guest, Vince McMahon.
Listen, I would shit a literal brick. It would be the most entertaining thing. I wouldn't talk for the length of the show. I'd just be like, you just tell me what you think about this match, bro. I'm never going to get the opportunity to listen to Vince McMahon speak again.
Yeah. Vince McMahon on the show. Welcome.
I can't believe you're here.
Yeah.
I would figure you had way better things to do than come talk to us.
Like one of the people that's regularly in the chat just so happens to be Vince, but just like
JD. JD is Vince.
JD is Vince. Or like Extra More, who's always in the chat but never says anything, is Vince.
That'd be hilarious.
Like, it's just like, shit, I've been found out. Now I gotta be on the show. Anyway,
I guess I am going to quickly exit from that rabbit hole and talk about the next. I'm not going to call it a match. The next angle, which was Alexa Bliss defeating Randy Orton by straddling him, which Randy Orton's wife did not approve of. Apparently, she was not very happy on the old Twitter.
Not surprised.
Yeah, it was great though. I mean that angle was cool. It was different. It really put over the Fiend. They didn't do really any intergender wrestling, which didn't surprise me.
Yeah.
But they made Alexa look awesome. Her makeup was awesome. Her outfit was awesome. Everything about her I was in love with that night. It was fantastic. And
by the end of the match, she got to cuck Mrs. Randy Orton.
On that note, the main event. On the note
if you don't believe me, watch the end of the match. There you have it.
Randy was in his pants the whole time.
Well,
I'm pretty sure. It is Randy, so
it is Randy, and she was wearing a skirt, so it was pretty covered.
Okay, before I get serious, I love Randy and Alexa Bliss. That was satire. I don't think
it's
that
a joke.
happened.
I'm not serious. It's a fucking
Before
joke.
I hear, actually, if we do hear from their lawyers, that would mean we get to meet them in court. So,
No, I don't want to meet them. No, shut up. It's a joke. I'm not serious.
Me either. I don't want to go to court. Sounds expensive. Sounds like it'll cost more money than the channel's ever made.
The show's made no dollars. It's not worth it.
Can't say we're not having fun with it tonight.
Yeah, no.
Lastly but not leastly, we got Roman Reigns with Paulie Dangerously defeating Daniel Bryan, but did he? Because Daniel Bryan got a visual tap out on Roman.
That's true.
He visually tapped out Roman, which is
okay.
I can't believe anybody got Vince to agree to that.
He got a visual tap out on Roman, but it's literally just like this.
I don't care.
The teensiest little tap out. Although I guess
because he was so passed out.
I guess it's an MMA tap out because like if you see any MMA tap out, it's literally just like the smallest little shit.
Yeah,
it's not this big like over dramatized like I'm tapping the fuck out. Like no, it's always just like a little like I'm tapping like very evidently.
Yeah. I quit. I'm done. Let me out, please. But yeah, good match. I'm glad Roman went over, which isn't something I used to say very often.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, you got anything else to say?
Nope. End of show. Nope. And then like the show just cuts off. No outro. End of show.
That'd be fantastic.
Oh man. Anyway.
That's the kind of editing we strive for. Got anything else to say? Nope.
And then just like black.
Bye.
Nope. I'm gonna do that on the show. Like nope, black screen, and then it just like comes back. Anyway, we're not gonna announce a match for like what we're doing Thursday because it's kind of up in the air at this point. What's gonna wind up showing up because we don't know what's gonna be here with Peacock and how it's gonna show up with the network. So it's kind of up in the air at this point what we're gonna be watching this Thursday. But we will be back this Thursday with another episode for you guys. So thank you so much for coming out and checking us out tonight. We will see you then. If you haven't already, go ahead and check us out in the description down below, the Facebook, the YouTube, the Twitter, all the places that we're at. Go ahead and give us a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We greatly appreciate it. If you don't feel like looking at our beautiful faces, go ahead and check us out on the audio-only podcast at the Anchor, the Spotify, any of the places that we are at. Once again, that is all in the description down below. We will see you this Thursday for another fantastic episode of Sports Entertained. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Bye-bye.
Bye.